This is the land of my birth. This is Jamaica, my Jamaica. This is the land of my birth.
Because I had family here already, I didn't have no problem finding a job, you see.
I got a job, but the job what I got, actually, it wasn't the job I wanted to do. Because back when I was a seamstress.
If you don't get a job, you can't pay wherever you go. See, that was the biggest problem. People thought to me, you won't be able to pay because you're not in the RAF with a certain to get the pay.
I always do engineering, but my first job was at a place they call West Yorkshire, not West Yorkshire Foundry, yeah, West, YES they call it. West Yorkshire Engineering Supply. That's on Armley Road. I can't forget that. That was my first job.
I didn't get one of the seamstress, but I did got a job in Woolworths. And when I went for the job, and the lady says to me, "Is it you was on the phone?" So I says, "Yeah." So I says, it's a problem. She says, "It's not a problem for me, but it's a problem for who you're going to work with." So I says to her, "Well, I'm not looking no friend. All I want to do is to work my money." She says, "That's not the point." She says, "You know, these people." I says, "All right." So I just left. Because them days, never used to give black people a job. You know, to give you a job is the dirtiest job.
I start at 7 o'clock in the morning till 7:30 in the night. Long hours.
Then the next day, me and my friend, we decided to go somewhere. Anyway, she got a job, that was good. And she was getting like £3 a week.
I used to work for £7 a week, you know, compared to what we get now. But it used to go a long way.
Most black people that you speak to, West Indians, everyone worked at the forge, as they called it. Yeah. My dad worked there, and you know, he'd had some incidents in there, racism and things. But in general, I think when things settled down, it was a real home from home, and a lot of people that he knew from his local area worked there.
4 of us started working at the same place. Unfortunately, that job closed down. And I mean, we all got different jobs. And they went their way and I went my way. And I had all kind of different little jobs.
He had many jobs because he was semi-skilled. So he used to work on lathes and, sort of creating, because it was obviously in those days, it was all manufacturing.
When my children was growing up, and I used to work nights and my wife worked days, so I could take them to school in the morning and go and collect them in the afternoon, which I think was a good thing, them time,
My dad still made it to all our sports, after school, and he was really determined. And it's only now when you reflect, you think, well, he worked really early in the morning, and then he's coming home from work, and then he's still coming to all our parents' evening. So that's why we just have so much respect for my dad.
A lot of people in our days when we came to England, we help each other, we look out for each other. And
there's an incident where it must have been in the early 80s. My mum got a phone call, and I think it must have been, I was at home, so it must have been after school, I think. But anyway, it was a call to say that my dad had got his finger caught in one of the machinery, and it was awful. I remember my mum crying. That's only one of the times I remember my mum crying.
Yeah. She came alone. You'll meet a lot of families and they'll say, "Oh, I came and my uncle was here or my cousin was here." Mum didn't have that. She had a distant relative here, and she's one of 8 brothers and sisters, and she's the only one that ever came to England. And you can imagine that's pretty tough. It is. Not to be able to go to anyone and ask them for anything. That you have to really get on with what you're doing and raising these children. And life was tough, I think, for her. But I think what she's taught us is survival mechanisms, that in order to survive you have to be a good person. You have to give, because she's always giving. Yeah. She's a giving person.
I just think when I was working £5 them days I was better off, because £5 used to go a long way. You could go into town, shop, pay your rent, and it was £2 for my rent, and it was shilling for my gas, and yeah, shilling for my electric, and then we could shop. You know, so it was good. And then after I had my first child here, and then I was off work for a while, and then I went back to work. And then I went back to work, and then with that, Angela and Leroy, then I was off work for a while, and then, you know, and then after that, I started working for an agency, and then started working in the hospital, and that was it.
We struggle to make a life, and then when you do, not like me now, I work all my life and retire now at my age, and I still find it's a struggle, because even the pension what they give you now, it doesn't really go anywhere.
This is the land of my birth. This is Jamaica.